Welcome everybody to the stream. This is gonna be Battle of the Bulge versus Titan's Wrath. I'm joined here by Blitzkrieg and Beard. How are we doing, guys?
How's it going, buddy?
Doing well.
Gonna get right into the draft because they did draft a little bit early, so we weren't able to catch the draft live. But we'll be tuning into that shortly.
I gotta just give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
Uh,
While we're waiting on that, Titans Wrath has made some changes, some big changes to their roster since the last time we've seen them. They did get Crip Lord in the mid lane. It's a little bit zoomed in. Might have to zoom a little bit on that. They did get Crip Lord in the mid lane instead of Bentage, and they do have Pharaoh in the top lane over instead of Delicious. But we're right into the draft right now. I do see they banned on blue side. They banned Samira, Viego, and Aurelion Sol. Didn't want to give Aurelion Sol over to Crip, I suppose, and they did ban out Viego from Boomstick, and then Samira away from. Wait, it's a battle.
it's
Yeah, Samira.
actually
Or is it
Criplord
the
is
opposite?
going ADC, and Critter, I believe, is in mid
Oh,
Yeah, they're mixing up
Critters.
with
this
Oh,
KB
okay,
Jelly in
okay.
top lane.
Oh, so they're just flipping everything around. Okay, got it, got it.
Did they
Yep.
pick up
Okay,
a
so
sub this week
Yeah,
too?
they have a sub for Golden Pharaoh with Bua Marcana.
oh, okay, okay. This makes a lot more sense. I'm like, what are these bands from? Okay, so makes a lot more sense. So we have, and on the side of Titan's Wrath, we see the Jinx banned away from Tactic. We see the Jarvan and the Elise banned away from Keanu. So respect bans over to the jungle side. We have a first pick Sejuani for Keanu, responding with the Trundle and Soraka for Titans Gaming or Titans Wrath, with Trundle most likely going to the jungle for Boomstick, and then Soraka obviously being for Boo. Misfortune Amumu combo from the bot lane, and then responding with Ezreal. So a pretty safe bot lane versus a pretty aggro bot lane. Be interesting to see how that shapes up. We got Ilaoi and Poppy bans respecting KB. I'm not sure why those he did not pick any of those, considering the Poppy was left up. And then they banned the Tryndamere and Mordekaiser from Hailstrom. Those have been two really good picks for him this year. And then we have Malphite picked up from Titans Gaming, presumably going to KB Jelly. We got the Cho'Gath and the Kassadin for. We have Little Skyfox mid lane for on the Kassadin, and then we have Hailstrom on the Cho'Gath. Last pick for Victor for their mid, which would be Critter. And what do you guys think about this draft so far?
Yeah, I think it's some of them are playing a lot to their strengths. You know, the bot side with the Soraka, they're gonna play very safe over there. That's very much a comfort pick. And I think the top lane is definitely going to be important in this one with Hailstrom versus KB. You got the two tanky boys up there, but if either one can get an advantage, they'll be able to get a lot of pressure going.
I'm a big
Yeah, I
fan of the
think
tactic on Misfortune with Bulgaria on the Amumu. I think that's going to be the combo to watch during this game.
Yeah, I absolutely think they do have a huge wall for Titans Gaming to melt through. The Cho'Gath, Amumu, and Sejuani up in the front line is going to be very scary. It's going to set up for a lot of safe Misfortune ults, with the only really thing to stop her being the Malphite, I think. So the Malphite, if they're able to get some cheeky ults on from the Malphite, that might be able to disrupt the Misfortune, and maybe the Ezreal Trundle Victor can just kite the front line back. But yeah, it's definitely going to be very dependent on how big this Misfortune gets, and how quickly Titans Gaming's Wrath can get some penetration items for Ezreal and Victor to melt through that front line. Trundle will also be of assistance there, being able to reduce one of the tank's resistances. So be be important to watch for. And let's see here. So they are currently in champion select, picking their champions right now in the actual client. So we have a little bit of time just to sit and theory craft about what's each team's win con and how we would like to see them execute. Blitz, you got any thoughts about who's favored to win or their the way they can do that?
Well, it looks like people have a lot to say about it in the predictions betting, and people are heavily betting on Battle of the Bulg here. Um, Again, I think it depends on you know really fighting around these drags and these objective controls and seeing if the Battle of the Bulge can pull it together from last week and seeing how does Titan's Wrath go for the split here with the trying to get the Trundle out there separately, or they actually team fight well together. They think they have a good team fight, but it's a lot of poke and kind of evade with the
Hmm.
all in from the Malphite. When they finally bait out the Misfortune ult, but that's really they're going to kind of have to play around that and make sure that they keep the Malphite ult for that to keep it open, like you were pointing out earlier. Then just trying to stay away from the Mumu. We know Bulgaria is pretty aggressive, wants to go in, so they're gonna have to make sure they dodge those cues.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be very based on mid lane as well. I think the mid lane matchup is going to be very important. Victor naturally is just going to lane bully against the Kassadin. So if Victor can get some good roams off early prio for the Dragons, I think Titans Gaming have a good chance. Trundle is also a very good early game duelist. So I can see Titans Gaming getting the first couple early drags. And I think that's going to be pivotal in making sure they can, make sure that Battle with the Bulge don't get their Dragon Soul win con started too early, since they are going to be ultimately a team fight comp. Um, so yeah, I'm looking to see uh, looking to see Boomstick here get a lot of early prio on this Trundle versus the Sejuani, and hopefully he's able to gank some lanes and open up a little bit of pressure to get drags early for sure. Thank you so much, Delicious, for the Prime sub. We do appreciate that. We love you for the next 30 days. Unless, of course, you renew it, then we will love you for as long as you renew that sub. Thank you. Sorry, Hailstorm is not here, so I have to be the Twitch Prime shill for today.
Yeah, I think if Bulgaria does some roaming on that Amumu, he can make a world of difference. The Amumu Sedge ganking in mid, get that Kassadin head nice and early. I think they can just snowball the hell out of the game.
Yeah, if they could make that mid fight a 3v2 instead of the 2v2 they were saying was advantage of Titan's Wrath, that could be pivotal with keeping that mid prio on pressure to not give those early drags.
Yep, I expect top lane to just be a grasp fight, and we're going to look at the bot lane is also pretty safe with Ezreal Soraka, so I expect a lot of action to be should be Trundle invading with the around the mid lane, so we can get some early duels going on, maybe pressure that Sejuani off of her camps and get an early lead for Trundle. I think the jungle matchup is going to be like a big selling point for this game for sure, since the other lanes are pretty non-interactive in terms of what can happen. The bot lane can be if Amumu lands some good bandage tosses on the Soraka, but most likely it's just going to be a farm fest in every lane,
I
and then
gotta
we'll see
say,
how. Yep.
I don't like the aftershock on the Amumu personally. I would have rather
I don't like.
seen Glacial.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. I would have rather seen no aftershock on either of the team, because aftershock is very detrimental into Trundle. All he has to do is wait until you proc your aftershock, and he can just take all the extra resistances for himself, which is really brutal when you if timed correctly. So I think aftershock, both from Bulk and Keanu, is a kind of a misplay in lobby here. Yeah, it's going to be hard for the Ezreal. I agree, Hobbit. It is going to be hard for Ezreal to actually get meaningful damage on that front line. I think a lot of it's going to be Boomstick picking his ult targets wisely, and then the Victor building like Leandries and Void Staff, and yeah, he won't die. You're right. It's going to be hard for them to get on him. I think if Titan's Wrath can poke them enough, then it's possible that they can turn fights. But since there's really no poke on the side of Battle of the Bulge, it's pretty much all just engage. Right, Critter trading some first strike gold. We like to see it. We like to see it. And so standard 5 point from, well, kind of scuffed 5 point, but standard from both sides. Not no one really looking to invade assert dominance level 1. It's pretty
Yeah, only
respectful
hard
from
engage
both
was
sides.
the Amumu really there for that. So they probably could have, and then with the
Yeah.
Sejuani stayed on top of somebody, but no coin flips after the coin flip last week.
Yeah, they're not taking their chances with the level 1. Both sides want to look to scale a little bit. It seems they
Absolutely.
don't wanna go for any level 1 cheese. All right, so we got grasp on both top laners. Like to see. Got press the attack misfortune, so also on Ezreal, so both looking for some early game pressure with the press the attacks and a little bit of laning dominance there.
Early level 2. Where's the Q?
Okay, hook right onto the
Good damage.
Soraka.
Nope,
Oh, they're
tower
going
dive.
for.
Yeah,
Alright, so
the tower dive's a bit of an overstep there. Have the advantage, force her out of lane at least, but can they stick
it's
around?
3 sums down for Ezreal and Soraka, 1 for Misfortune Amumu. So
What?
overall, it is going to be a win for it's going to be a win for
Yep.
Battle of the Bulge there in that bot lane exchange. Soraka will
But
be
here
able
comes
to
here comes
sustain
the
a little.
Trundle.
Ooh, we got a first blood from Hailstrom solo killing and action in the bot lane. The pillar is going to slow tactic, and it's going to be a double kill for Crip on Ezreal. That is what you wanted to see from Boomstick. Really
Yep.
good solo kill, though, top lane from Hailstrom. It's good taking a tank matchup and actually creating your own leads with that, even though it's pretty much just a meat slap fest. But good that Hailstrom can get an early kill. It's actually really big for the top lane matchup here. But yeah, Crip getting both of those kills is really, really huge. So they're going to have some fighting power in this lane. Okay, we got Keanu Reeves coming in for Critter. Misses the Q. Critter is kind of dancing around the little fox, trying to get him low enough to kill.
Got
And
the
it's an
E.
E from Keanu. Ooh, it's
Ooh.
so close. Ooh,
Oh,
okay,
oh,
okay.
and
Both.
it's all
All right,
over.
so both junglers get a kill. Boomstick's just gonna be able to walk Keanu out of the lane. He's got the blue buff and the red buff. Oh, is he gonna look for? Oh, he's got the lethal tempo. Oh, it's a
Oh my
double
goodness.
kill for Boomstick. Boomstick playing
Boomstick.
super well on that pillar, able to get both of those kills. And honestly, this is about as good as you can get for Titan's Wrath. Starting this game off is exactly what they need to do. Get the early kills on Trundle and Ezreal so they can prioritize those dragons early. First dragon spawning in under a minute. We'll see how early they look to prio that. Looks like there's another gank coming in from Boomstick. No flash on
Living in the
Cassidy.
lane.
Pretty much just going to be dead, most likely from this. Yep, Boomstick's just gonna auto him
Massive.
down. Oh, Boomstick is very talented. He definitely right clicked a bunch there, and I'm happy to see it. Honestly, that is the Boomstick special. Okay, so even though there was a first blood in the top lane, not really a big CS lead for Hailstrom, so CS pretty even there, which is good to see that KB was able to pick up most of the waves he missed. We are trying to get a freeze on this bot lane. Boomstick hovering as the dragon is spawning. He's going to fully channel his recall. And he's going to go right back down bot lane where he belongs, pitching his tent.
Israel's already got the Sheen longsword and tier.
Oh yeah, to tactics nothing. Yeah,
That's
it's
that's a rough lane right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's going to be very, very hard for them to dig their way out of that hole with the Ezreal scaling, especially when they're with the Soraka, it's going to be pretty hard. Okay, we got a gank coming to KB
Plays
Jelly.
on top.
Keanu Reeves is going to just stun him. He's not even going to flash. He is going to die and give
Gonna
it
give it
to...
over.
Oh, he
Oh,
did. Okay, I don't agree with that flash, but I guess that's... He really
didn't
didn't
want
want
it
Hailstorm to
later.
get that kill there.
Yeah.
I, yeah, okay. We, he just really doesn't want, he doesn't want Hailstorm to get that kill there. Okay, so Boo
All
is
right.
getting
All right. Well,
jumped on.
okay.
Okay, Tactic kind of flashes in there. Cripplord really should just back out here, but he is trying to get the kill on Tactic.
Looks like we're having
Okay,
some
so
technical
yeah, we're
difficulties.
yeah, having a
Yeah.
technical difficulty here.
I am not sure what's going on.
We're forever in suspense here, but most likely Cripplord is
There
going to
we
die.
go.
Okay, we are back, and okay,
All right. Well
almost got
played.
the kill. Too bad Bulgaria got both of those kills, unfortunately. It is very good that they did turn those kills on for the 2v2, so that is really big from the bot lane. Really good play by Bulg landing those bandage tosses. But
Didn't give
yeah,
anything back for free.
Bulg is not the one that wanted those 2 kills, sadly, but I guess it's better than nothing for them. Relieve a little bit of pressure and have a little miss CS from Crip and Boo, and getting a little breathing room for Tactic and Bulg here. Bulgaria running back with the plated steel caps, so it's going to be pretty difficult for. He's not going to take a lot of damage from the Azrael's autos. Tactic returning with a serrated Dirk. So now the spot lane doesn't look as doomed. It's looking a little bit better. Cripplord obviously still ahead in gold over Tactic, so we'll be building towards the Trinity Force. And we see that we got Keanu, looks like packing towards bot. Yep, Boosted did get the drag. That is really good for them.
Looking for the top scuttle and Rift Herald.
Looks like he's looking for a gank on Hailstrom, even though I don't think this is... Yeah, I think it's just not gankable, really. Hailstrom does still have flash up, so don't think that gank was the right call. I would have rather... Okay, Hailstrom's kind of trying to track him. Okay, he's got a deep ward into Kiana's jungle. Would have liked to see him kind of invade there. He's got the Victor pushed up, so the Victor could come help him if he needed. He could have taken some camps away from the Sejuani. But looks like he's going to play it safe. He doesn't know where the Sejuani is, so he's not going to risk running into her.
It looked like Bulgaria was a little too aggressive, not waiting for Sejuani to come up through the lane bushes to get in position.
Yeah, Boomstick is gonna. Yeah, Boomstick's gonna start the Herald up. So don't think they have any vision on this right now. So they don't know. They do have a deep blue ward in the red jungle, but okay, we're getting some fighting in the mid lane. Little Skyfox getting traded against. Okay, we got more fighting in the bot lane. Tactic is running straight into Cripplord. Oh, the flash ult misses. Okay, so he's got the ult, got the Soraka ult. Cripplord gets the kill there. Bulgaria going to ult and clean up that Ezreal. Got another skirmish in the top lane. We're just fighting in all lanes perma. We got Boo warding off that Amumu. So a little bit of a misplay from Crip, but also a misplay from Tactic ulting in place there. Not really hitting much with that channel. Ults were not really synchronized between Tactic and Bulgaria there. Skyfox running at Critter. Great flash to dodge the ult. Boomstick's there to defend his mid laner. Most likely will just be no kills on either side, but that was very close from Bulg to get that kill on Critter there. Very good flash to avoid that.
I feel like little Skyfox is still trying to fight back when he needs to just scale up, realize he's down. He's got no extra magic damage, magic items to two major.
No, absolutely. I mean, this is the point where Skyfox can start trading into the Victor, but I mean, once Victor gets his, believe he's going to have his Ludens on this back. Got the Rift Herald gold and First Strike gold mini. Yep, it's got his Ludens back. It's going to be a lot more difficult for Skyfox to get anything on Critter. Have his damage stick at this point, since Critter will be hitting pretty hard with his 30 CS lead right now over Skyfox. A lot more trading in the bot lane. It's been a lot of action in the bot lane this game. A lot of 2v2s. Hailstorm and Joey just slapping each other as per usual. Maybe Joey's still keeping up in the CS. Good trades by Hailstorm. Hailstorm will win the sustained battle with Cho'Gath. Okay. Okay, doesn't have ult to chomp him. Probably used it on a minion.
They get the stacks up.
We got more trading. Okay, we got trading between the junglers here. Boomstick might be in trouble. Bulgaria lining up the ultimate. Hits both, and the MF ult will take him down. Bulgaria's still on the
Nice shutdown.
offensive. Crip and Boo will
So
get
if you
away.
300 gold shutdown going to Misfortune.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the
Make up
kill
for
that
some of those Amumu
that tactic has been waiting for this entire game. He has been sadly all of the kills have been on Bulgaria. I know there was there's probably some action in the comms. Okay, Bulgaria
Wow, nice.
queuing in.
Grab.
Ult from Boo and another kill for tactic. Bulgaria is really smooth. Okay,
Keanu
Keanu's
wants
going
it.
in. Okay, he's
Not on
not
the
gonna
same
get
page
it.
there.
No, I don't know if they Bulgaria had a bandage toss available after that, but yeah, that is very good for Battle of the Bulge. Getting this dragon is very important. We got Boo's getting kind of magnetized by these Bulgaria bandage tosses. Boomstick is going to be bounced by Bulgaria. Is not going to be able to get into the pit, and they're just going to have to let that dragon go. So right now we are pretty even. We got Titan's Wrath still up about 1k from the gold diff in the mid lane is very huge with the 30 CS up and plates. So a lot of gold on Critter, and Ezreal's going to go back and get his Triforce most likely. Tactic should be able to get his mythic after this back. Yep, gets the Ghost Blade. Pretty, I mean, there's a kill over to Hailstorm, but overall it's pretty even top lane in terms of CS. Yep, we got, oh, actually, Hailstorm's got a lot more gold than,
He's got an extra plate on him too.
Yeah, that's true. He does have the extra plate. So yeah, we're, the big difference is the mid lane, 6k gold to 3,400. It's a huge difference there. Jungle's pretty even. Bot lane is actually pretty even in gold now, except Bulgaria has a bit more on Boo, but ADCs have about the same amount of gold. So really it's going to be a difference to see how Critter does in these team fights. Boomstick is coming up on Hailstorm, looking to get the kill here. The ult drops. He is a tanky Cho'Gath. Maybe he's just going to ult to make sure that gets secured. Boomstick taking the kill. Good play topside. So we do not have the Herald up for another minute. Dragon will not be up for 3 minutes, so really nothing to take from that kill. Just a nice bit of gold in Boomstick's pocket. Still a very, very even game, even though that the do have now a almost looks like about a 2.5k gold lead over for Titan's Wrath.
The Critter was able to pick up an extra plate here on the spot.
Yeah, absolutely. So Victor's just sitting in the side lane trying to get stronger. I don't like that he's going for the Sheen right now. I think he really needs. I also don't like that he went for Ludens, to be honest. I really think he wanted the Leandries to help shred these tanks. Yeah, I just think there's too many tanks on their side where he is doing some work to Hailstorm right now. Hailstorm doesn't really have any magic resist right now to avoid this damage. Oh, it might be. Okay, flash from Hailstorm. Critter dropping the ult. Good little trade there. Okay, Keanu not going to be able to do anything. KB is protecting his mid laner. Bulgaria, Bandage Toska's wide. Fortune sitting around the mid lane. We have Skyfox by himself up in the top lane. Probably going to get that tower, get a little more gold so he can close the gap with Critter. They are going to get this bot tower here as well to trade.
No, they want to stop the push here, but there is a Rift Herald up. If the Sejuani can get up there.
right now they're okay. They're
Running for his life.
Yep. Just getting the red buffs stolen away. Looks like they're looking for a little bit of fighting in this jungle right now.
Cassidy is
Skyfox, I
taking
believe.
advantage.
Okay, he just clearing a ward, I believe, or is he actually fighting it? He might be. Yeah, I think he is going for the Herald right now, with Keanu coming up.
Yeah, they had
Bandage
vision
toss.
of everyone.
Yeah, bandage toss over. They're kind of overstaying here on the spot lane. I don't think all three of them need to be here. Definitely could send some more resources. Boomstick's coming up, going to see that they're doing the Herald. Can he smite this away? He did smite it away.
Wow.
Crazy. That was an early smite from Keanu.
And they picked up on the backside with Challenge Cat.
Yep, and he's going to go over the wall. Critter doing a lot of damage to that Sejuani right now. Crip Ward, okay, the whole team's here to kite back. We're going for a full-scale team fight here. Ult from Boo and Skyfox is dead to Critter, and we are slowing down Hailstorm. No
here.
flash from earlier will also fall. Trying to get a kill on Boo to trade, will not get it. Dragon is up in 20 seconds. So that's a very, very good smite steal by Boomstick, and overall good rotations from the entire team. KB didn't even need to be a part of that fight, still just pushing down bot lane, starting to get a CS lead himself over Hailstrom, who was team fighting there.
Now 4K gold lead.
Yeah, Keanu just smited it a little bit too soon. Wasn't quite at 1200 there.
He
Don't
smited
know
it
if
down to
they
20 health.
miscalculated their damage there, or there's a miscommunication, but very unfortunate. Critter will just drop that Herald and pick up that outer top lane tower. And this is setting up to be a pretty good fight. Definitely in the driver's seat, Titan's Wrath with the almost 5k gold lead at this point for 4.3 roughly. Gonna try to secure this dragon. Keanu is nowhere near and able to secure that if they're able to just burst this down. Misfortune might try for an ult here. Okay, they stole the dragon. KB ulting right on Misfortune. Bulgaria hitting the bandage toss, and Skyfox going over the wall, who is dead to Bulgaria. Bulgaria is still fighting. Okay, Boomstick is very, very large with the Ezreal behind him. They might be able to just clear up this fight. Looks like the blue side is retreating. Oh, Critter flashing over the wall. Not quite able to kill Tactic. Critter down. Boomsticks and Cripward still running after. Okay, another top. That is the last one he is going to be able to do. No mana, and Cripward picks up a double kill there. It's a pretty messy fight. Hailstrom was split pushing this entire fight, so is going to be able to get that bounty on that tower as well as the 500 gold that comes with it. 680 gold in his pocket, as well as the bounty for the rest of the team. So that's a big gold influx there. Might be able to afford his second tank item or close to it. We are trying to cheeky stop his back there. Did not work. But overall, they did claim the second dragon, so we'll be one step closer to that soul. We do have Baron on the map in 1 minute. And what do you think? Battle of the Bulge needs to do to come back in this game right now? They're 3k behind. It's definitely still close.
Well, I think they need to figure out which, are they going to fight for these objectives? Do they just need to get the objectives and waste as much time to let Hailstrom split push on Cho'Gath? Or Cho'Gath needs to be in these fights, especially when they're fighting over things like dragons and barons with Cho'Gath are.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they're designed for a front to back fight, but again, if it's going to be a 4v5, it's going to be very hard, and somebody's got to get on that Malphite to stop that the engage if the MF wants to ult. So it's
Boomstick kind of ulting the Keanu, trying to get some pressure here, so that's Baron spawns, but he is down his ultimate. Sejuani still has hers. KB ulting in on top of Skyfox. Bulgaria getting a huge ultimate on Boomstick and KB. Misfortune ult is not going to kill. Bulgaria flashing over the pillar. Will he be able to claim? He will. They are cutting back. Okean is stunned by the root, and looks like Critter and Hailstorm are just trading blows in the bot lane while Titan's Wrath go for the Baron. Huge pickup by Boomstick. Able to kind of trap Battle of the Bulge in that little corridor with his pillar. Looks like a pretty free Baron. Yeah, I think honestly they just need to get 5 people down for these fights. Just Misfortune just doesn't have enough tank in front of her right now to peel off the Trundle
Right.
currently.
And while Amumu may have 5 kills, still does not have that much gold in his pocket. Doesn't have that many tank items.
Oh,
So
Critter
it's
kind of
not
caught
a
out
true
here.
tank.
Zon using really good ult placement, but Bulgaria good. Okay, all right, Victor. All right, going 1 for 1. Was a very good bandage toss, but unfortunately, Tactic cannot escape the ultimate from Victor.
And so when they're team fighting, so either the aftershock, like you said, if that does go off, or the Trundle's just gonna ult the Sejuani, and then there's no real tank in front.
Yeah, Boomstick did ult right after the aftershock went off, getting the max value. Looks like Hailstrom is gonna fall here, trying to get some split pushing going on the Cho'Gath, but it's just too slow of a champion to escape Trundle, unfortunately. Are gonna Baron push up. Looks like Battle of the Bulge are trying to get something back in mid lane, but they will have to send someone bot lane or top lane, otherwise the Baron minions are gonna overwhelm their outer towers here. Critter is walking up from Fountain to clear this wave. Critter should be looking to stop their backs here. Should be able to get an inhib on this bot lane push, unless they're getting back. Critter does have TP in case it is needed, so does Skyfox.
You got the dragon coming up in 20 or 15 seconds, so they're probably gonna pivot to that.
Yep. We still have KB splitting top lane. Looks like he's just gonna rotate over and join his team for this dragon. Titan's Wrath looking for the drag soul point. KB just kind of
They
letting
do
the
have
minions
the,
do their thing on the tower.
They have the Amumu Misfortune ult for this dragon.
They do have that. Don't think it'll be
Don't
enough to
think-
steal this away. Yeah, Boomsticks smites at the correct time. Looking to catch Keanu again. Nothing will be had here. Gonna go back to resuming the push. This time they're gonna try to crack that outer mid turret, or inner mid turret. Sorry.
They sent the Cassidon top there, so I think they're kind of realizing they just need to scale at this point.
Okay,
That's
big
fair.
ult onto Tactic. No Misfortune ult for this fight. Used it at the Dragon. Boomstick kills the Misfortune. Just kind of running away with it, honestly. Being able to just tank all of these. The lesson today we learned is do not take Aftershock versus Trundle. It is not going to go good for anybody. Just kind of make him an
They end here?
unkillable. I believe they should. They don't have any. They don't have Misfortune up. Skyfox really doesn't have only 2 items, not even a fully stacked tier or a Roa on this Cassidon. He is not going to be able to defend against this full push. Best thing he could try to do is clear the minions, but not able to get past them. And Titan's Wrath will take game 1. It's a very, very impressive showing for, them having this is really the first time we've seen them with this lineup for sure. Having the sub with Boo and Cripplord as ADC looked pretty good, honestly. All things considered, they looked very, very strong in that first game. What do you guys think about how Titans Wrath played there?
Yeah, I think Titan's Wrath definitely dictated the pace of play. It definitely made sure that they were out on the map, and the jungling early was huge. That gank, I don't know if that was a 3 camp gank or not, but just straight down behind the pushing bot lane, got them both there, got their bot laner ahead, then basically rinse and repeat, did the same thing mid, got them ahead. So they took a lot of pressure off and put the pressure back on Battle of the Bulge to hold the line, and they got pushed back for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, what do you guys think that Battle of the Bulge should look to do to recover in this next game?
Big brain ban Trundle. Oh, um,
And Brundle. Yeah, I
I
mean
think
that's not a bad start.
I think they keep. It looks like they're conflicting styles there. It's are you gonna split push on top lane there, or do you need to pull Hailstrom into those fights? And you fight front to back. They kind of picked a front to back comp, but then we're fighting either 4v5s or even when they were in the 4v4s, they were just behind gold wise in those matchups. And I don't know.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
just need to either fight together or find something that can shell survive long enough. Don't give over the early gold and let Hailstrom try to create advantage topside to split against KB. Um, and then, figure out if they're going to play for those objectives or not. I think they kind of were in no man's land trying to figure out how they're going to, like, what the timers were to go take those objectives, what the plays they're making. Because a lot of times they seem like they were trying to do one thing on the other side of the map, and then they gave up a lot on the other side. Uh, just with the pace of play and just letting Titan's Wrath dictate.
yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's I think a huge issue was the Cassidon pick here. I think it's against the Victor. I mean, it's just so hard. I mean, I know he did blind pick the Cassidon, but I think blind picking Cassidon into um blind picking Cassidon in general, I think at this point, after all the nerfs that happened early in the season when Cassidon was pretty overpowered, after all the nerfs to him, I think it's just so hard to blind pick that champion into unless you know for sure, the enemy mid is not going to play anything to punish it. But I think when you're playing Cassidon against Victor, there's really not much you can do as the Cassidon. You're just going to get bullied. You're just going to get farmed for first strike gold, for plate gold. There's really just not much you can do to to fight back without jungler intervention. But even then, it's like it's hard with Victor. Victor is a hard champion to gank with the movement speed he gets from his Q. The W he can just put down on his feet against two melee champions. It is really tough to gank for for Kiana to really to do anything in that lane versus the Victor. He kind of just gets to farm for free, and we saw he had a 3k gold advantage at one point only in mid lane. It's like it's very. I think we need to if we're gonna blind pick mid, we gotta pick a blindable champion. Okay, it looks like we
Yeah,
are
that's fair.
almost into draft here. Looks like Battle of the Bulge opted to go red side this time. Maybe trying to get that counter pick for their mid laner, so we're not in a another Victor versus Cassidon lane.
Just a heads up, the draft lull for some reason on my computer is always laggy, so we'll do my best with this.
Yeah, no problem. We will we'll see what we can do here. And if not, we can just get a screenshot for afterwards and we can go over the draft picks.
Yeah, I do like the Battle of the Bulges bot lane matchup. I think in the 2v2 they did a good job, especially once they hit level 3. After that initial gank, I think they did a really good job battling back, landing the CC, getting the Straka first. I think, as we all know who play bot lane, if you go after the
Yeah.
80 carry, that Straka's just going to heal right through it. So they did a good job getting on top of Boo. Um,
Yeah. I am surprised they let Crip get Ezreal and Boot get Soraka because those are both their kind of signature bot lane champs. I think Bulgaria played really really well on the Amumu, was landing a lot of bandage tosses there. So it was able to they were able to get a lot of pressure going there. Um, but yeah, I think they might have to go back to the drawing board in terms of what to ban because I think honestly the Trundle was way more of an issue that game than the Viego could have been for the ban of game one, and then for sure the Aurelion Soul. I know Critter plays Aurelion Soul, but maybe they leave that up so they can get some early mid prio. Maybe take away the Victor. Seemed to be a pretty big disturbance in that game. in the mid lane. So we'll see how they adapt in their draft process. Maybe we can see Keanu on maybe a carry jungler instead for them. Okay, so we got. Okay, looks like they're going same bans both sides, except they did ban the Amumu instead of the Jarvan, and they also took away the Elise, or they took away. No, sorry, they did ban the Jarvan. They took the Amumu over the Jinx. The Jinx was the first round. That was the only ban that changed. We did get first pick Ezreal from Criplord. Battle of the Bulge. Might be a lagging on the draft a little there, but
Yeah, this is what I was talking about.
yeah, no problem.
This does it to me every time I use this site, which is why
Yeah,
you do the picks and bans for us.
yeah, I am guilty of doing the picks and bans for our team.
All right, Lux
All
Kai'Sa.
right, so Lux Kaisa. So we're going a completely different route. We're going a poke lane for them. Responding with the Karma for Boo. So Ezreal Karma is a pretty standard bot lane duo. We got Lux Kaisa, just gonna be all overall poke fest, and we'll see what uh, Titan's Wrath respond with. We might have to wait for for Beard's computer to chug along and pick up those extra picks. But
I don't think Titan's Wrath's gonna ban the Trundle here or blind pick the Trundle, but it was not banned.
yeah, I think against Lux Kaisa, it's a lot harder to play Trundle. Um, Lux and Kaisa both can keep their distance against it. Okay, so we got the Maokai for Titan's Wrath, and then
And
the Evelyn.
finally,
Finally, we got the Evelyn for Keanu, his pride and joy. Been waiting so long to pop this out, and this is the perfect game to show us, how we can play on the Evelyn.
absolutely,
Maokai could definitely go jungle or top lane here. Could definitely see
AB will play it as well. Yep.
Yeah, KB definitely play it. I would probably expect it to go on KB um rather than Boomstick, but yeah, Boomstick I know usually plays a little bit more carry oriented junglers. Might want to play something with early aggression to maybe invade that Evelyn and punish her before she can get some items, get her level 6 and start walking around the rift invisible. Looks like we got a Poppy ban going for KB with a Tryndamere ban going towards Hailstrom. I know Hailstrom's been a big fan of the Tryndamere. Okay, so this time we got Battle of the Bulge picking Trundle. Most likely going to go top lane for
Hailstorm.
for Hailstrom. That is his signature pick. We got the Lee Sin coming out for Boomstick. So, like I said, I'm gonna look for an early game jungler to kind of bully that Evelyn a little bit. Lee Sin definitely can do some invade shenanigans and catch out the Evelyn. So we'll like to see what the mid lane pick lane is here to see how much prio either jungler will get. Might have to wait a second on that, but yeah, the Trundle against the Maokai is a really, really good matchup for Trundle. Maokai kind of just has to play back and farm with his Qs. Make sure that he's not in position to get pillared by the Trundle. Okay, and we have an Aurelia coming out for Skyfox and a Malzahar coming out for Critter. So Malzahar ultimately is a good champion for pushing. Irelia also is a good champion for pushing as well. We'll be able to queue onto those voidlings and kind of stop Malzahar from being able to push the lane. Looking to get some prio for Evelyn so that in case Lee Sin invades, they got a strong early game fighting champion to be able to kind of combat that. Overall, what are you thinking of the draft on both sides splits?
I'm definitely interested in seeing how this Lee Sin's going to work out for the team and how proactive Boomstick can be again for them. I really like the draft for Battle of the Bulge, though, especially knowing that the Maokai was going top, be able to pick up that trundle for yourself. 'Cause again, I
Uh,
think they're back in the similar situation of looking to split, push top lane with that Trundle, especially if you can get that early lead on Maokai by pulling him out of the lane, and definitely looking for picks on the rest of the map with that Evelyn. So I think they kind of settled back into maybe not playing around the some of those map objectives and playing more for the lane phase.
yeah, I think for sure they kind of have a they have like a 1-3-1 comp for sure. They have Trundle and Irelia being able to side lane both very effectively in the mid game. You have Kaisa and Lux, a pretty safe duo to harbor the mid lane and just get those waves pushed in. Evelyn is going to be able to bounce between the lanes and try to look for picks. Hard to spot out that champion, so yeah, I think definitely I like this approach better for Battle of the Bulge. I feel like Hailstrom is a uh, big split pushing uh, threat in the side lane, and seeing him on a champion that actually just demolishes towers. I'm a big fan of that, so I'm excited for this game personally. I think Titans Wrath are kind of going with a kind of a more similar theme of like control mage in the mid lane, tank in the top lane, early dueling jungler, and we got the bot lane with the Ezreal and Enchanter support. So really didn't change much on their side, um, but looking for the same game plan: early objective control and some early dueling power with the jungle. So we'll see if Battle of the Bulge is going to be able to apply their different strats on some better suited champions and see if they can make it work for them. Please make sure to predict on who you think's going to win up in the poll Twitch chat. Let us know who you think's going to win. Game one was won by Titans Wrath. Titans Wrath won game one. So this is going to be game two. This will be match point if so. Titans Wrath are looking to take the series home at this point.
I think I would have liked to see a little bit more CC on Titan's Wrath side. The Maokai, obviously, a lot of CC, a lot of team CC for the engaged fights. But if that Trundle's just going to split, I'm not quite sure who's going to be able to go match that Trundle if he gets ahead early.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's going to be scary. Having the Maokai. I mean, overall, the Maokai can kind of just dissuade the Trundle a little bit from hitting the tower. He does have like ways to CC him and knock him around. Um,
And then you lose the
so
CC though if the team does get a team fight though, because Malzahar he can get the one
yeah,
guy,
yep,
and then Arcana can potentially get one person as well. But it's kind of it'll be interesting for sure. CC can be very key, and I think yeah, everybody but Evelyn or everybody but Kaisa has some CC for Battle of the Bulge.
yeah. I mean, their CC is pretty like sparse, I would say, on Battle of the Bulge as well. Though, I mean, Evelyn can only really crowd control one person. Irelia's skill
Hmm.
shot can be hard to land. Lux has the binding, but again, it's a skill shot. They don't really have any easy to land
Yeah,
crowd
they don't have any point
control.
click. Sure.
Yeah, yeah, they don't. With the Maokai and the Malzahar being a bit easier to implement, but yeah, I do agree that it's going to be. I think this is going to be very dictated on the early game, and if Titans Wrath can get ahead early game, so they can have their champions strong enough where if the Trundle and Irelia threat pushes later, then they would be have enough gold to be able to just stop them from just running over the towers later. But it'd definitely be a macro heavy game. I feel like in for both teams. But we will
Yeah,
gonna
if
be
Boomstick can turn some of those the mid lane or top lane into 2v1s, definitely swing those back, keep those guys down so they can't split later.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. We got the 3 minute spectator delay. Anyone in chat who is not currently subbed, make sure to drop your Twitch primes. It is for free as long as you have a Amazon Prime subscription. No harm in dropping it. It's good for you, good for us. You get some cool emotes out of it that we are adding as soon as we are able to make them. And yeah, how we doing in chat, guys? How's everybody's Friday night? Uh, yeah, someone should be able to send Lag Extreme a Discord invite, I'm sure. Let's see. At 2 minutes before the spectator delay drops, and ultimately,
Hobbit flaming his team, trying to do public service.
somehow they aren't available right now. Yeah, I wonder why they're not available, Hobbit. Hey, Bentage able to actually set up his setup so he can actually play some League of Legends.
Oh yeah.
I'm jealous that you got to take a break from this game. We are doing pretty good, lag stream. We're doing pretty well. I speak for myself.
No,
Built
we're all
Spank
good
guys.
here. Yeah.
Yep. Just enjoying some fun competitive games. Hopefully we get one that's a little closer on this one. The first game was a little bit of a blowout, but I'm excited for the picks on this one. We have kind of a unorthodox team comp. KP Cup is later to play the night. Hey, but you got picked up onto a team, Bentage. You got picked up on Titan Gaming.
I say technically he didn't get cut. He got traded. For
Yeah,
nothing.
you didn't get cut,
Hey, he's
buddy.
still a
Yeah,
Titan.
he traded you for air, unfortunately. Still a Titan. True. You didn't go far. You didn't go far. You're still a Titan, just different Titan. Be fun to see you guys if the Titans paths cross. Clash of Titans, if you
You've been
will.
looking forward to that the whole time.
You know I have. You know I have. We will be loading into games shortly. Oh no. Well, Farrah, everything's all right over there. Your
Yeah,
power
good luck
coming
with
back
that.
up. Good luck at that.
Not the time of year.
No, it
One of
is
the
not
two
the time of year to
extremes
be
you
without
don't want.
power.
Yep.
They play week 10, by the way.
All right,
Ooh,
we
Titan,
got
that'll
a
be
few
Titan,
fun.
weeks.
Titan Gaming.
All right, you guys got to play on like a Friday or something so we can cast the Clash of the Titans. Okay, and we are loading into game. I also do like how I do like how Battle of the Bulge does have pretty much. I mean, they do have Bulgaria on Lux, but they have the Evelyn is pretty much the sole AP on their team. They did draft 3 AD champions in top, mid, and bot. So it is. I do like Evelyn being sole or almost pretty much sole AP whenever she's drafted into a team comp, so she can just focus on stacking ability power early game and not really having to worry about a lot of people building magic resist. It's always good. Do you
No
think?
coin flips. Got to give the people what they want, guys. Come on now. Everybody loves coin
Yeah, they're
flips.
still. I mean, they're
Everybody's very
still.
respectful.
Evelyn isn't the best invader, and they don't really have like they
Yeah,
have the Lux binding, but like if they miss the Lux binding, they don't really got much to work with.
yeah. I
Both
expect
teams,
Bulgaria to go E here, not Q, and to go for
yeah,
that lane poke.
yeah,
So yeah, no, I know. I'm just being cheeky.
yep. Okay, so we got the longsword start for Crip and the Doran's blade start for tactic. So gonna have a little bit more health on tactic or on Battle of the Bulge for early game trades, but Ezreal will have a little bit more sustain with that. Little Skyfox
Skyfox
doing some
says he's ready.
early Irelia things, just queuing to everything and using your level 1 attack speed to put some pressure on Critter. Okay, so Skyfox is using this level 1 push to get a ward on Raptors, which is a Good place to ward. Boomstick did invade on the to see where the Evelyn was and looking to get some early gank on Skyfox. Will chunk down pretty low. KB is getting just every lane trading. Can't even keep up with it. Okay, so Evelyn will be able to secure her two buffs safely without the threat of Lee Sin invading her. I do like that she went for more of a buff to buff clear instead of trying to do a full clear and expecting the Lee Sin to try to invade. Was
Right.
actually very good pathing from Keanu. The Keanu is going to look to go back and clear his other camps. It's a little bit unfortunate he has to clear that way because his other camps won't spawn in time. Okay, Critter getting hit by the E, looking to get a double Q, but the silence will prevent that. It's a good Q from Critter.
AB's doing a good job here so far. You know, being able to stay in lane, not getting pushed out.
Yeah, I
Not letting all the
think
waves crash, but it's coming.
oh, the flash, the ignite. Okay, brilliant E from Skyfox, and gonna take him down by Boomstick. So very good play by Skyfox on this Irelia. He's kind of getting back at Critter for abusing him on the Victor last game. Gotta saying, look what I can do on an actual early game champion. Kind of flexing a little bit there, getting the early Vamp Scepter so he can sustain against the Malzahar poke. And honestly, really good wave state mid lane for Skyfox. He's gonna just get an entire wave pushed back into him. It's really unfortunate for Critter. He's not gonna be able to. Gonna lose out on a lot of experience there. Skyfox already level 4 against Critter's level 3 with even wave state. But Boomstick is going to be hovering around that mid lane since Irelia, we know that players who play Irelia just can't stop fighting. It's like it's not allowed for an Irelia player to play safe. They always have to be dashing the caster minions.
Oh my.
Okay, dashing back to the Voidling. It's a good play by Skyfox. Overall, top and bot are pretty snooze fest lanes. Just gonna be farming. You got Boomstick hovering around top side. Probably not really gonna be able to do much there. Evelyn hovering around mid. Again, everyone's pushing their tower, and it looks like Skyfox is freezing that wave. While Critter recalls, he does have teleport, so we'll be able to teleport back and stop that freeze. Hailstorm picking up some minions under tower is, a happy 12 CS above the Maokai. And yeah, I mean everything is pretty calm right now. Not as much fighting early as last game, where we were seeing kills in every lane constantly.
Absolutely. I mean, I think Boomstick's been hovering between top and mid a lot, trying to make sure those laners stay in it. And bot's getting pushed in a little bit more for it.
Yeah, I mean the bot lane. I mean definitely Keanu likes being able to just sit and power farm. Is a good 16 CS, going to be 20 in a second above Boomstick. So he's got all his camps up where Boomstick really doesn't have his camps up. He has been invading a lot. So honestly, Keanu's going to be way ahead of Boomstick in terms of camps and experience here. Evelyn will most likely get an early level 6 and be able to start her invisibility lane ganks. So honestly, really good place for Battle of the Bulge to be in right now. Get some slap fighting top lane. Not really going to be much to come of it. But yeah, I mean, it's well played on Battle of the Bulge to be able to kind of avoid these like Lee Sin ganks to the best of their ability and just not really give much opportunity for him to flex his early game strength on them. And it looks like we're gonna go. Lee Sin's gonna be looking top lane for this. KB hitting him with the ultimate. Hailstorm returning with his own ultimate, knocking him away. Yep, it is a big wave. Boomstick is here. Flashes the Q. KB flashes as well. Boomstick should be able to take this. Okay, going to KB Jelly. Pretty good, very well played by KB. Honestly, surviving that long and keeping him stationary. Skyfox is going to look to ult onto Critter. Critter could have ulted there, but maybe he just wasn't quite in the tower range, or maybe didn't have enough mana.
Yeah, he's pretty low on mana.
Yeah, okay, Hailstorm is running down KB. KB did stay there, but is able to knock him back and survive. KB did take the phase rush against the hail against Trundle, so that is actually a very good rune choice for this game.
Oh,
Critter ulting Skyfox under tower. Looks like he's going to be able to trade kills here. That is Cripplord flashing, but not able to secure the ignite. Okay, Boo flashing to the side with the Mantra Q, not able to land. Okay, solo kill. We didn't really see much of that interaction, but it's well played by Tactic, avoiding that kill. Like I was saying, the phase rush is really nice for KB, able to kind of just keep his distance and make sure the Trundle can't run him down the lane. So I really like that rune choice. Usually top lane you would go Grasp on a Maokai, but I do like the phase rush adaptation. I really like that into champions like Darius, Trundle, Olaf, who are just looking to run you down as a tank. It's a really good way to just be able to get
who
them
does
off of
crash
you.
that wave?
Yep, who does crash that wave, and looks like Tactic is kind of hovering around the Evelyn, but he is missing those minions under the tower. Got a control ward that they're clearing. Make sure to put some control wards around against Evelyn to make sure she can't just be unseen and unspotted. Skyfox doing really well with these trades in the mid lane. And Cripplord dodging Bulgaria's E. Okay, going in, and Hill for Boomstick. Keanu just sitting in the waits and able to execute. Yeah, Boomstick still has his ultimate. Okay, he does not. He used his ultimate to execute Bulgaria, so he's going to walk out. Hailstorm ulting KB, but yeah, I mean, KB is playing this lane really well. Who is going to get caught out by Evelyn, just able to stay there. Boomstick looking for a trade kill on Tactic. Hits the Q on Keanu instead.
Looking for drag here, maybe?
Did get Tactic's ultimate, but yeah, I mean, the Evelyn just being able to sit there and lane gank and respond to ganks, very strong champion with her permanent invisibility. It's very hard to react against. Skyfox not having any mana here, but still getting some plates. KB starting to shore up the CS lead a little bit, but still Hailstorm's going to have the CS lead here. It's a little bit getting pretty poked out by KB in this lane. Not going to be able to stay for much longer. Does not have teleport, so KB will be able to crash a wave on him and have a missed experience in gold unless he stays around. No, he will not. Okay, so it might be an extra plating for KB. And honestly, this is going pretty well for Battle of the Bulge. They're up a good 2k gold right now. They are shoring up their early game weaknesses from last game, and they're putting on a good game of League of Legends. Keanu going to be spotted out by that ward. It's like they're going to drop the Herald on.
That should equalize a lot of gold mid lane.
Yeah, looks like Evelyn and Skyfox are collapsing though on Critter. Critter's going to have to retreat towards his jungler. Boomstick here, kicking him away from the ultimate. Skyfox able to go back and able to pick up the kill. Keanu's going to end up just charming and one-shotting Boomstick. Yeah, I mean, that's very good trade from Bulg. Good rotation by Hailstorm to be able to pick up that kill. Little extra power so he can get his items faster, able to kind of bully KB once he gets his Divine Sunder. Skyfox picking up more CS lead in the mid lane. Critter will teleport there to salvage as much as he can. Evelyn looking for a gank towards bot lane. Is a control where they're going to spot him out. They are going to try to run to safety here. Charm on Boo from Keanu, and the exhaust is going to prevent a kill, but Tactic ulting in to secure that kill. very big. They might look for a dive now on the Ezreal, but they are pretty low on Battle of the Bulge here. Yeah, honestly, Keanu having a great game on this
Counter
Evelyn,
gank.
just able counter game from Boomstick.
Oh.
Does not have the ultimate, but the Lux Binding will land. Boomstick able to hit the Q, get that huge shutdown from Keanu. Well, I mean, not too huge, but it's it's huge for him.
150. Right.
Okay. It's anything at this point is huge for them. Let's be
Absolutely.
real. Like
It's
getting
gold
getting
pocket.
that getting that any gold in their pocket at this point is pretty big for them. Since you know, battle or Bulge do have that first dragon advantage. Little Skyfox gonna face check Boomstick here, able to run back to Boo, which will be able to kite him out to safety. Critter just able to get free reign on this tower though. A little bit of a not quite great roam here from Skyfox, in my opinion. Just losing a lot of minion waves. Well, he is still ahead in farm, 20 CS, some platings, but letting Critter breathe in this lane is kind of unfortunate. Okay, the flash to be okay. That is just an instant death. Classic
And the
Evelyn
gold's
trick.
right back over.
Gotta just smite the spell shield and then land your Q. Standard stuff. Yeah, Evelyn is one of those champions where I just don't. I don't know. I feel like you just like even if you don't think he's gonna play it, it's just so devastating if they're able to get ahead with it. Looks like we got a little lag on the stream here, but yeah, I think Evelyn is just so obnoxious to play against, especially when they're ahead. It's just you got to make sure you're warding twice as much, keeping your control wards stocked at all times, which is taking gold away from your pockets as you're kind of paying for a vision tax against her.
Absolutely,
Evelyn
and
is just
they don't have a tankier comp, to really just survive some of those
yeah.
bursts.
Evelyn also scales like very well. The best way, in my opinion, to beat Evelyn is to draft all early game and just try to make sure you guys have perma prio to invade because she is super weak in the early game. But yeah, once she gets rolling, it's like this. It's like what can you do against it? He's got to control. Or, I mean, yeah, it's just unfortunate. KB should be able to live here, being able to knock him back. Okay, they're gonna chase under tower. Good flash by KB, able to get both their ultimates out and survive. Super well played by KB here.
Coming up on 15 minutes, 2.5k gold lead for Battle of the Bulg. Most of that is sitting mid lane. About
Yep.
2k ahead for little Skyfox.
Okay, Critter's flashing out. Okay, Skyfox going under tower. Honestly, Critter could have just ulted him right there and would have been dead, but yeah, I think that was a bit of a misplay there from Critter. He should have, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna stick
Works
around and
out
get
in the
killed
end.
anyway. Oh, KB Jelly solo killing Hailstrom. All right, we are KB having a terrific game on this Maokai. Holy moly. Yeah, Keanu not having ult to execute Critter, but just getting some poke damage to dissuade further interaction. Honestly, they should be blue side rotating over, but I mean, Bulgaria and Tactic are just getting free reign on this tower right here with no consequences really, besides they're going to lose the dragon, but they're going to probably still get it, yeah. So it was good. That was good play by Tactic in Bulgaria, realizing they're probably not going to be able to stop the dragon, so they're going to take something return. Okay, Boomstick getting a nice Q off, getting the flash out of Bulgaria.
That was a nice slow and binding by Bulgaria. Otherwise, he misses either of those and they're dead.
Bulgaria just rage ulted, but I guess it doesn't really matter on Lux since her ult is pretty much always off cooldown anyway.
Yeah, I think just trying to slow that wave from
Hailstrom now having his Divine Sunder, but KB also having the what is it, Bramble Vest in order to stop his healing. KB is actually doing just very good into this matchup, which should be a tough one for him. He's played immaculately well. Big props to the tanks playing against the bruisers. are getting some trading back here from Hailstrom. Okay, the ultimate grabbing Keanu out of here. How is KB gonna escape this one? Okay, there's a teleport coming out from Critter. Okay, he's still... Okay, so he took the Q, but it was canceled by the ultimate. Alright, so... bit of a whiffed ulti from Skyfox, but ultimately they did get that kill on KB.
They got priority.
Well played from Keanu. Yes, they did. There's still, I mean, it's a 3K lead for Battle of the Bulg, but honestly, it is still a very even game. Ooh, Boomstick looking for a second Rift Herald steal this series. Boo is caught out and dead, and that's really all we have to talk about right now. Is getting absolutely annihilated. I'm not sure if I like the. Okay, we're having more fighting. Boomstick getting a Q on Bulgaria. I'm not sure if he should have taken that into the full waiting arms of Battle of the Bulge, but don't know if I'm a fan of the lost chapter from Boo. I think she should have just probably gotten a support item in this game. But maybe she's trying to compete with the Lux in terms of having a little bit more damage on their team. Okay, looks like they're just going to get this, use the Herald to get this inner mid tower. Boo kind of playing around with getting Skyfox a little bit chunked. Now, Tactic is still going with the AP build on the Kaisa, the static shiv into ability power. Has been nerfed on this patch. Critter looking like going to... Okay, there's a good Zanya's. The charm does wear off, and he is able to ult really, really big by Critter. Really good stop or Zanya's by Critter, buying that very early on to dissuade their tower dives. Able to get some gold for himself on that trade.
He's up there dancing with the Trundle right now, though.
Yes.
Might give up another tower here.
Skyfox trying to get some trading onto KB. He's going to get hit by the E. See if he does. I mean, Skyfox does have both Wits End and Bork, so he is going to shred this Maokai.
Nobody coming to help.
There's nobody here. And he's going to give it to Bulgaria. Bulgaria sniping that with the ultimate. And them running Hailstrom down, kicking into Criplord, who is able to take that kill. Greedy top laners. Yeah, both top laners getting caught out on opposite sides of the map and punished. Let's see. Yeah, so like I was saying before, Tactic going the AP route on this Kaisa, which was nerfed from last patch, cannot just instantly one-shot waves anymore with the static shiv itself. Also a little bit less damage to champions as well, but still not a bad build. Still gets you some wave clear and some AoE damage. Still scales well with gives Kaisa her AD evolve and her AP evolve, so
not a big
bad
dragon.
by any means.
Not a big dragon stacking game yet, but would have liked to see when all of Titan's Wrath is out there chasing down Hailstrom, that Battle of the Bulge would be setting up dragon with that bot
Yeah, for sure. Skyfox is kind of caught out here, though. They're just kind of spawning them on the red buff right now. Should be able to kill here. Bulgaria providing his ult for some assistance, but they are going to die for that. They did not go for the dragon. There's Evelyn ult down. KB flash Qs Keanu. Flash WQ. Hailstrom is very tanky with his ult wearing off right now. Titan's Wrath are pretty chunked here on most of their carries, but also not a lot of big ultimate. There's a lot of big ultimates down. Tactic still has his. Bulgaria's is coming back up. Tactic getting heavily poked here by the Ezreal. They do have Hex Gates, so Skyfox can rejoin the fray. Lux ult field goals down the middle, not hitting anyone. And I think Battle of the Bulge is just waiting on their mid laner right now. probably Titan's Wrath will have to concede this dragon, but are going to look to trade a little bit. The Lux Poke being very, very abrasive onto them. And Keanu just catching out Criplord and executing him. Okay, so it should just be a free dragon on the side unless Boomstick. Okay, Boomstick missing the Q. Probably not going to be able to steal that. Skyfox getting a really good ultimate on both Boomstick and Boo. Not able to kill either of them though. Gets kicked away. Bulgaria trying to fire an ult. Almost kills Boomstick. But ultimately a win for Battle of the Bulge. Able to get another dragon. Wait 5 minutes for the next one. So right now Baron is the big objective on the map. And if you are Titans Gaming right now, or Titans Wrath right now, how do you think they should come back in this game? They are down now 5k gold deficit. How do you think they got to play this?
Like giving us their prime subs.
Giving us their prime subs, absolutely.
That definitely helped them. Again, it's hard because they're playing, I feel like, into like a pick comp or a 1-3-1 comp. But I think they're going to have to try to get some more advantages, pick somebody out without giving up too much on the other side of the map. Again, Lee Sin much better early, so we'll see how much more he's going to be able to do into that Evelyn as the Evelyn keeps scaling, and we'll be able to get in there and delete some of the carries. They're behind the dragons, so they're going to have to win some of these point flip team fights. Like that last one was very scrappy and winnable, but both sides kind of reset. Then we're able to execute their comp. Titans Wrath got poked out, so to get back in this, they're just gonna have to just skill gap them. That's gonna be hard to do.
Yeah,
I don't know.
think
What do you think?
That's a great start right there. Being able to spot out
picks.
and
get the picks without giving something up.
Yeah. Battle of the Bulge do have very strong pick tools on their comp with the Lee Sin and the Malzahar for sure. I mean, KB Jelly is doing a good job keeping Skyfox, from... Okay, Skyfox is going to go for the full tower dive. KB able to get the Q off. Skyfox will live and is able to continue the split pushing. Boo is going to try to stop her. Ezreal coming down to help with that wave. Boomstick able to go back on tactic and executes her with the kick. Boo looking to chase Skyfox, but Skyfox does a lot too much damage. Boo did not just know what hit her. Still does not have her mythic yet. Is a very, very poor karma. Hailstorm chasing down Boomstick after he executed his 80 carry, and they're going to be able to pick him off. So, I mean, ultimately there, it's just another example of Skyfox providing a lot of pressure on that bot side while they couldn't... Titan's Wrath could not capitalize on picking off the Evelyn there and getting the Baron, unfortunately. Just seems they're a little bit too disjointed here. But Skyfox doing a really good tower dive on Maokai under the tower, relieving a lot of pressure for their team.
Be interesting to see here if Titan's Wrath gives this Baron or comes and tries to fight it out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty hard with Boomstick. Yeah, Boomstick isn't spawned yet, so I mean they do have Hex Gates. They're going to look to try to delay it a little bit. They do have a teleport coming in from the blue buff, going in on Boo, killing Boo, and killing KB with the Evelyn ult. Hailstorm getting very low as he's getting Kai back. The kick into Hailstorm, killing him. Big kick from Boomstick. That was honestly way better than I thought it was going to go. Boomstick really saved that play with that kick there, hitting 4 people with that Lee Sin kick. It was very big.
Absolutely.
So neither team will be able to get the Baron. Critter trying to solo kill Skyfox here. He does have the Wit's End with the Jock Show, so he's going to be very, very tanky. I don't think Critter is going to be able to kill him here.
He just doesn't have the damage yet.
He just he doesn't have a Void Staff. He doesn't have a Rylai to slow him. He doesn't really have. Just kind of has the Leandries and the Zanyas right now.
That's a really
Sadly,
big Aurelia right now.
That is a very large Aurelia. I agree. A very tanky one too. Got a lot of magic resist to stop the Malzahar damage, as well as Maokai, Karma, and somewhat Ezreal are a little bit heavier on the magic damage until Ezreal starts getting his armor pen items.
Little Skyfox
Skyfox
though
just
doing
unkillable.
absorbing all this attention and time. We got the other dragons up.
Great dodge by Boo for the ultimate. Q goes wide. Will be able to just execute her. This Irelia champion seems a little bit good, guys. I think we're having trouble defending against it. Really. Okay, Critter here, ulting. Will the Irelia finally go down? She does. Some money in the pocket of Malzahar, but it took 4 members to stop that. Meanwhile,
Dragon and bot tower
able,
giving up.
yeah, Dragon giving up. Boomstick finds the Evelyn, but also finds the Tactic and Bulgaria waiting right behind her. Now we got Hailstrom pressuring the opposite side of the map. So Death's Dance purchased for Skyfox, so going to be even harder to kill this Irelia. And yeah, Hailstrom's going to get a free tower and just most likely be able to just
on that
walk
push
on
right
out
there.
of them. Yeah,
Doing the split trundle.
I mean the Irelia is just way too much for them to handle. They just don't have any champion right now that can really deal with it. Very good build on Skyfox realizing that if he builds tanky, there's no one's going to be really able to do anything against him. Smart build path, and yeah, that's just free Baron. At this point, I think it's going to be pretty difficult for Titan's Wrath to be able to come back in this game. I just feel like they're not going to have an answer in time for this Irelia, and before Malzahar and Ezreal actually get their items that they need in order to shred her.
Absolutely, the 1-3-1. Trundle's gonna do Trundle things. He's got the hull breaker, so can't leave him on side lane. And yeah, having a hard time answering that Aurelia. Great number of advantages on the map.
Absolutely. And KB getting called out by Hellstrom and Keanu, trying to grab some distance, but ultimately he's going to go down. They're trying to deal with this Irelia, but honestly, just nothing can kill her. She's just going to be invincible. There's really nothing you can do.
4v1, takes 2.
Yeah, Critter's just 4v1ing right now, gonna get a quadra kill by himself while the rest of his team just takes the Nexus. Just huge mid presence in this game, in both games, honestly.
From Trundle mid.
He's getting a little bit risky there with the tower dive. Tower's doing a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. Game 2 goes to Battle of the Bulge. A very 30-minute game, very convincing from them on that. They seemed a lot more comfortable on that sort of play, on that sort of draft with the double split push solo laners. And
definitely that early call out in the jungle with skipping the chickens and going straight from buff to buff like you called out. That I think definitely changed the pace and tone of the game. No early advantage there for Boomstick this time.
Yeah, I mean Keanu really did a good job pathing that game. He did a really good job staying ahead of Boomstick in farm, and the solo laners did a really good job of Critter got a solo kill early against Skyfox to counteract the gank Boomstick gave, and yeah, Boomstick just wasn't really able to do much into them. I mean, the Malzahar just got bullied. The bot lane, there's really hard to gank just because of the safety of both lanes, and really feels bad as a jungler when you pick an early game jungler and you're just not able to gank anyone. Can definitely feel his pain. It's
Absolutely.
really unwinnable situation there. But yeah, I think both games have really both games have really highlighted to me personally that draft is just super important. And being able to adjust to games where you lost the draft the first one and come back with a different game plan and makes a whole lot of difference. Because I mean, that first game from Titan's Wrath was very convincing. They just kind of snowballed over them, but I mean, this time they said we're not going to play the same game as you. We're going to play our own game, and it ended up working out. Okay, we're going to take about a 4-minute break right now while the teams do what they need to do to prepare for the next one, and we'll see you back here for game 3.
Let's go. The nightmare of eternity marches right before your eyes as the ground begins to shake. Ravens fly amongst the sky, battles of great divine, torn hearts of fear and cries. Let the rage of war ignite. We were born to rise. Gonna rain on your shit, annihilate your villages. We're gonna rain on your shit, thunder off at the elevator. We're gonna rain on your shit, annihilate your villages. We're gonna rain on your shit, thunder off at the elevator. We are Vikings, warriors stand to fight. You're going down tonight. A circus parade of war. We are Vikings. We're Vikings. We're Vikings. Man of honor, man of war, tales be told forevermore. Bloody axes, bloody fields, fight with honor, clash of shields. Roaring mountains from afar, fearless soldiers fight with heart. Haunting lands of man and steel, victorious reign. We're gonna rain on your shit, annihilate your villages. We're gonna rain on your shit, thunder off at the elevator. We're gonna rain on your shit, annihilate your villages. We're gonna rain on your shit, thunder off at the elevator. We are Vikings, warriors stand to fight. You're going down tonight. A circus parade of war. We are Vikings, warriors stand to fight. You're going down tonight. A circus parade of war. We are Vikings. We're Vikings. We're Vikings. We're Vikings. We're Vikings.
All right, we are back, and I just want to shout out Risen Esports rating us with a viewer count of 19. Really appreciate that. Was a little bit preoccupied with that crazy game 2 to give a shout out there, but we do very much appreciate the raid, and you know uh, we can give out some Valhalla smiles over to Risen Esports. Hope you guys had a great stream, and we are looking into game 3. You around, Blitz?
Yes, sir. Ready to go.
All right. All right. So what do you want to see from both teams or either team going into this game 3? What do you think the teams have to do to clinch this one out?
I think Battle of the Bulk. I think we saw what they have to do. They have to try to create a 1v or 1 in 4 lane or 1-3-1 with a strong top and mid and not get too far behind elsewhere on the map. And I think for Titan's Wrath, they got to get back to getting that early advantage. I know they tried to last game. We're outmaneuvered a little bit there, but I think getting back out there and trying to get that objective control down again, and just team fighting and just having that the all-in advantage.
All right, so we are looking at the draft. We're gonna do it from this draft instead of the draft lull. So they already did do their drafts, but we can react to it as they did it. So we got same bands coming out from Titan or from Battle of the Bulge. Same champions we're targeting, and Titan's Wrath is banning all 3 of Keanu's junglers. Don't want him to play any of those champions. So we are done with them banning out. We're done with them banning out tactic, and we're just focusing all 3 bans to Keanu. That's big respect coming over. We show KB picking up the Alawi in response to Hailstrom first picking Mordekaiser. Don't really know if I like that. Or actually, no, they didn't first pick it, did they? No, we're just seeing them draft
Probably
after the
safe
fact.
counter
So we
pick
don't.
maybe.
We don't really know when they exactly pick their champions. But Alawi, I'm assuming Hailstrom counterpicked the Alawi with Mordekaiser. It is a pretty good counterpick to Alawi. As Mord, you kind of just wait until the Alawi ults, and then you pull her in, and she loses her tentacles. We got Vi on the, or I mean, sorry, we got Keanu on Vi after getting 3 of his champions banned out. Vi is still I mean, she did get nerfed last patch, but she still is a very strong jungler. We got little Skyfox on the Zed, looking to clap cheeks in the mid lane with the Malphite as the response to it by Critter. So that is a very, very hard matchup for Zed. So I'm assuming the Zed was picked relatively early and then was counterpicked by the Malphite mid. So far, I mean, I'm this
Liking
this
Titan's
definitely is,
draft.
yeah. I mean, Titans are definitely going for a different. And I'm sorry, it was Boomstick on the Vi, not Keanu. It's Boomstick on Vi. Keanu is on Trundle. I misspoke there. But yeah, I mean, they're Trundle. You know, I think what probably happened is that Trundle got picked relatively early, and they assumed that it was going to go back top, but they might have flexed it over to Keanu. Okay, so I do show they banned Irelia and Yone, so they put Skyfox on Zed. They didn't want him to get either of those AD carry champions, so they hit him with that. Kaisa and Lux, same bot lane, and they're returning to the Ezreal Soraka rather than the Karma. Overall, what do you think of the drafts?
Again, yeah, don't know what order they picked it in. I think I would have liked the Moo there instead of the Lux for Battle of the Bulge. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I'm still really liking Titan's Wrath's lineup a lot more. Just a very strong top side, a very safe bot lane, the kind of reverse of roles last game, where I think they're going to be able to maybe potentially 1-3-1 later on themselves. Let's say, yeah, the Zed into the Malphite. Malphite's going to have a lot of pick potential this game. Uh, the Trundle's there. So it'll be interesting to see if Malphite actually goes tank, because that's a big juicy target for Trundle to ult later on. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if they're trying to team fight more this game or keep going with the split push on Battle of the Bulge.
I do really like I do really like Titans Wrath's adaptation to this draft. I like that we're picking a split pusher into Hailstrom and rather than a tank. because we show that Hailstorm is a big fan of split pushing. Lil Skyfox was also split pushing a lot in the last game too. They did target his Yone and Irelia, so that hopefully he would be on a champion that wasn't as good of a split pusher. Zed can side lane decently well. He's decently safe there, but usually Zeds like to go for the picks on carries, which I think it is kind of hard for him to get picks onto a lot of these champions. Ezreal's got the Soraka to heal and kind of protect him a little bit more. Probably going to be running an exhaust. Kaisa and Lux going back for Bulg and Tactic. They did play really well with that one, but I think now with Vi and Malphite, they do have a lot more backline access in this comp than they did in the last one. So I think the bot lane will be challenged a lot more in terms of how far they can play back. Got a lot of point and click ultimates uh, on the side of Titan's Wrath here that could make that more difficult. I think Battle of the Bulge don't really have as many. They don't really have any go buttons per se. They don't really have any champions that can really initiate a fight besides like Bulgaria picking someone off with a wild Lux Q. Um, so for sure, I think in terms of if we're talking about 4v4, we're talking about Hailstorm and KB both splitting. Talking about 4v4, I think I like Titan's Wrath's comp a lot better just because they have the Malphite and Vi to go deep on the back line. Soraka able to provide assistance from afar with their ultimate, and then Ezreal should be able to relatively stay out of the clutches of Keanu and Skyfox for the most part, unless Keanu gets a really good pillar to like disrupt the Soraka. But
Yeah.
yeah, Bulgaria getting a Shirelia would actually be pretty good here. To help his Zed and Trundle get onto the back line there. I think
Yeah, let's.
ultimately,
I was
go
gonna
for it.
say, yeah. Let's see if Lux or Bulgaria actually will go Shirelia's. He's kind of new to the support role, more of a jungler, at least that's what we played last season. It'll be interesting to see if he's willing to give up that AP damage for an actual support item.
Yeah, I also think Shirelias and Soraka would also be pretty good here, helping the Vi and Malphite run into position to get onto that back line, making maybe helping the Ezreal escape from the Zed and the Trundle. Also herself being able to run away from the Zed and Trundle, as she will probably be the primary target here. We got for runes, looking like standard runes. We do have a first strike on the Zed, looking to farm the Malphite a little bit and get some gold off of the poke. Critter going for the Comet to get some trade poke back onto the Zed. Doesn't think he's going to be in close proximity to get the grass autos. Zed can pretty much play like a ranged champ in lane. He can just kind of farm with his shurikens and trade with his W.
Bulgaria did go Dark Harvest here, so I kind of expect him to try to go more damagey build again.
Yeah, he did go that last game as well, so we can expect probably another Ludens or maybe possibly a Crown would actually be pretty good if you're going for like more of a selfish, like more damage build. Crown would actually be pretty good into both Critter and Boomstick, being able to just kind of point and click R the back line. So I wouldn't mind seeing that, although they do have an Ezreal, so the Crown feels a little bit worse if the Ezreal's able to get a Q off on you, but usually on Lux you can stay pretty far back. So I would like to see the Crown here from Bulgaria, but we'll see what he ends up going with.
Yeah, we'll check on that later. My money would be on Leandries right now, just if he's going on the damage, try to keep some dot on the Malphite and the Lowy, and even the Vi when the Vi gets tanky at some point.
Yeah, and so I do notice that Keanu did go with the red jungle item, which gives him just more damage. I don't know if I like that. I usually don't like the red jungle item unless you're a champion who is like like a champion like Karthus, who basically is just like trying to only go for damage. I think the red one is just not as much like utility as you're getting, or some tankiness from the green one, or the movement speed that you acquire from the blue. So I think the red's kind of an odd choice here, but he might just want to go for the slow. A lot of trading in top lane. KB getting the flash from Hailstrom, not
In the
following up
first
with his
blood.
own, and the first blood. Goodness, with the damage on the clone, able to take out the Mordekaiser.
KB
Really,
said he
really
was no stranger to
KB.
that matchup.
No, yeah, every Alawi player needs to know how to play against Mordekaiser. Honestly, in the Alawi matchup, I really like if you just rush QSS, which it does delay your item spike a little bit, but it does give you the magic resist to be able to deal with the Mordekaiser pretty well. There's not a lot of great. Okay, we're going very close to being able to kill there. Both flashes blown on Boomstick and Critter for no flash at all from Skyfox. So overall, that is a big victory for Skyfox, getting both flashes and not giving up his life or his flash. So that's really good there. He did opt for the teleport on Zed, probably thinking he can't really get much kill pressure on the Malphite in solo lane, so he won't really miss much from teleporting back. But yeah, like I was saying, I think going something like the QSS is just makes it so the Mordekaiser really can't do much into you. Because if he just ults, you just QSS, and then you ult, and then another kill. KB has had enough of playing tanks, and he is here to he is here to win this matchup. Holy
Here to
moly!
pop.
He is
Already
here
has
to
that
pop.
sheen.
Yeah, I mean that is no teleport for Hailstrom, so he's gonna miss this entire wave. Not gonna get a plating yet, as the plating barrier hasn't really fallen off yet. It's not 5 minutes yet, not even 4 minutes yet, and already KB is solo killed twice. He is showing that his Alawi needs to be respected, or stuff like this is gonna happen. But yeah, really, really strong play from KB in this opening to this game. Okay. Getting some trade back on Hailstrom. Hailstrom still not afraid to fight KB despite being down 2 kills. He's got the
He's
wave
been
in a
watching the
favorable
boss or
spot.
something, you know.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the boss play Mordekaiser, but yeah, I mean,
No, just the overall strats. Just give him the
oh yeah,
gold, so when you get the shutdown, you know.
oh for sure, yeah, yeah. If I was KB, I would really like to go the QSS here, just to make it so there's no chance that Mordekaiser can really ever kill you. Especially if you have this much of a gold lead. When you're behind on Alawi, it kind of feels bad to build the QSS. Okay, we're getting a gank from Keanu onto Critter here. Some trading in the bot lane. I mean, Critter is pretty high HP. Fox is really low. Flash from Fox. The E from Vi taking his life. Keanu's gonna be forced to flash here, but that was a really nice E on Vi from Boomstick, able to clean that kill up.
More similar to game 1 so far, with Titan's Wrath able to get on the map early and create some plays. I mean, a lot of it's come from KB on the top.
Oh yeah,
the
for
solo
sure.
matchup, but definitely more active than game 2.
Yeah, I mean they did give, they gave Keanu 3 bans in the first rotation, so I mean, take him off of his 3 comfort champions and maybe making him a little bit more uncomfortable in the Trundle pick. But good trades going on from Criplord against Bulgaria, and we got a gank coming on from Boomstick. Okay, so it looks like they did switch lanes here. KB going to give a huge shutdown over to Skyfox on that Zed. But yeah, it looks like they're lane swapping here, that their Malphite is building full armor. Mordekaiser is pretty good into the Malphite as well. So yeah, with that shutdown onto Skyfox, should be a little bit better in this lane as well. Huge kill from Bulgaria, sniping Boo with that skill shot. Boo refusing to use her heal. Maybe wasn't expecting the damage there from the Dark Harvest, but yeah. So they're swapping lanes too. So the Critter is going up to meet the Zed, and now looking like the Hailstrom is going to go follow. They're adamant about not having the Mordekaiser against the Alawi or having the Zed against the Malphite, either whatever their thought process is here. But
Their timing seems like it's gonna work out so far. Looks like
yep, they're switching
swap
back.
again, which I think slightly disadvantageous to Titan's Wrath. Malawi wasn't able to push that wave in. Otherwise, would have been able to push the wave into the tower.
Okay, so Trundle is going to catch out KB Jelly on rotating here. Hailstrom not really. The Trundle kind of a weird placing there. Hailstrom going to be ulting KB Jelly. I believe this is going to be a kill for Hailstrom onto KB, which is really, really bad. Oh, KB flashes, but Hailstrom follows with his own flash. Yep, this is going to be a very, very bad. Yeah, I mean, there's
They're
3
giving
top.
up drag.
They are giving up drag. Critter is getting some plates mid lane, so it isn't all doom and gloom for Titan's Wrath. They are getting some stuff in exchange for this, but it really sucks for KB having to miss looks like 2 waves, 2.5 waves of a golden experience from those minions.
I like to see Battle of the Bulg go Rift Herald here once they see.
Looking for an ult here. He flashes, still gets hit. The flash silence from Boo, and Boomstick is able to live there. Good pickup from Critter. Good ult placement there. He ulted right into the area where if you flash, you still get hit. So good little pickup there. Get some money into Critter's pocket. He is opting for the full tank Malphite rather than AP. KB getting pulled under tower by Hailstrom, so struggling a little bit more now that he this lane swap kind of going in the favor of Battle of the Bulg going, pretty. It's a lot harder for KB to punish the Mordekaiser in the mid lane than his top lane. They are switching pretty frequently, making sure they get the matchup that they prefer.
Little Skyfox back. Looks like he's walking mid currently. We might swap here again.
Yeah, Hailstrom does have TP, but Hailstrom is also ulting Boomstick. The silence going on Bulgaria. The Crippler ult goes wide, and seems like no one's gonna die for that. KB getting caught in between a pillar and a hard place, and unfortunately dying for it. Tactic and Bulg are being kind of zoned off, but none of them are going to die, so they're still going to collect that wave of experience.
Looks like Trundle might try to push the wave and release the Rift Herald mid.
Yep, Critter is standing by just to protect the tower a little bit here. Don't think he's going to be able to die.
I think I would like to see that Rift Herald top lane. I know it doesn't take 2 plates anymore, but
Critter ulting, Boomstick getting ulted by Skyfox. Skyfox and Keanu very low, but Boomstick getting executed by the Zed and out clean. Very well played from Skyfox. A little bit of emoting there. Hailstrom just able to whack on this tower the entire time. Critter chasing Keanu a bit there, but gonna run into the arms of Hailstrom and not have to deal with that. We have, looks like Divine Sunder is coming out from Jelly and Boomstick, and also for Keanu. So definitely, I know the Lowies have been liking to build the Iceborne Gauntlet, but KB thinks he needs that against the Mordekaiser to shred some of that HP he's got and get some more healing for him. KB good ulting, putting some pressure on Skyfox, not able to land the E or the Q. Skyfox going back in.
And likes to fight.
Yeah, he does. He has come to play. He feels it seems like he's a lot more comfortable on these assassin / like skirmisher champions.
Ezreal's knife is not successful.
Unlucky. Once his W's back up, he might look to try to kill KB here. KB is able to land the E, but Skyfox really good with the Z combo, able to solo kill. And honestly, this is looking kind of like last game. Skyfox is able to kind of just get a huge lead going for him with these champions. Boomstick is going to be able to ult the Zed. Zed's going to ult back, run away with the W. but not going to be able to outplay that. It's a big shutdown for 700 gold for the Vi. Crypt just eating into the arms of Keanu as he's going to flash out. Keanu following flash as well. Be able to pick that up. KB teleporting here to deal with Hailstrom. Critter getting ulted. And not going to be able to kill the Malphite here, but I believe he's going to be able to live this. Keanu coming back to turn. KB ulting. Ooh, I think he should have just left. I think Keanu would have, I think Hailstrom would have been just fine if Keanu just let him walk away. But giving out the soul on him, gonna chunk him out a lot. Skyfox here, gonna try to kill Critter here. The flash, not really much he can do to follow or to use his dashes, and no flash on him as well. KB is going to get a lot of damage off and solo kill. Okay, KB all of a sudden just got a lot of money. He is
for 100 gold.
Yeah, he just got a lot of money. He's going to be very happy on this back. Also, should be able to get the last plate here for the mid lane. Titan's Wrath also having bot lane prio so they can get the dragon. So overall, I mean, Titan's Wrath really making this one really close. Even though that Skyfox did get some kills. Looking like it's going to be a little bit more tough than they anticipated to keep this down. Ult from Critter. Ward does not have his ultimate, so KB and Critter should just be able to walk him down the lane. And okay, does flash. KB hitting him with the W and the E. Clone is not going to be able to do enough damage. Skyfox did teleport in. He does have his ultimate. Choosing to call Critter. Critter killed him, but it does take KB with him. Got Keanu running him down with the ultimate. Good ult from Boo to keep the mid laner alive and also help with the bot lane. Boomstick ulting Bulgaria under tower to kill him. Tactic still walking him down. A lot of health is being lost here. And ultimately, very good from both sides, but slightly one more coming out in the favor of Titan's Wrath here. Tactic is going to be trying to fight Boomstick here, but is ulting back. Okay, is able to... Oh, the Ezreal with the ult kill. Hailstrom does have his ultimate now. Boomstick is just going to give that to Kai'Sa. I don't know if that's what you wanted to do. I probably would have just gave it to the Mordekaiser, but big shutdown on the Kai'Sa on the tail end of that. Able to finish her static shiv. Critter just whacking away at that tower over there. Oh, I mean, this is about as great of a game 3 as you could ask for, honestly.
Yep. Very back and forth.
Skyfox getting pretty low. Hailstrom's still sticking around just to make sure he doesn't get killed.
But it does look like Bulgaria is going to lose this game.
Yep, and I mean these games have been very, you know, it's been a lot of just kind of the bot lanes just kind of sitting on the back end, and a lot of the fighting and the, you know, the action is happening top and mid. Seems the bot lanes are kind of just existing, they're scaling, which is kind of funny because a lot of the teams in this league like to play around bot lane, so both these teams opting to focus their attention on mid and top. It's a nice change of pace. Skyfox gonna get out safely, gonna get rooted by Bulgaria. Hailstrom and KB fighting back and forth
Back at it
in
again.
the bot lane. Back at it again. With the E's, able to hit the Q. Okay, KB did opt for the Black Cleaver rush, so he is going to end up going for the Black Cleaver into Iceborne instead of the Divine Sunder. which I think that's a pretty strong build. Keanu getting ulted, getting caught out, stunned, and gone. Hailstrom is here. Kind of isn't a 1v4, but obviously Mordekaiser can make it a 1v1, which he did choose to ult the Soraka, going to fall here. Another teleport coming in from Titan's Wrath. Big Lux ult coming in. Hailstrom walking Critter out of the fight. Tactic coming in to sweep up lots of low HP bars on the side of Titan's Wrath, and this is looking like a sweep.
That way.
Very
Completely the
close.
opposite way I thought
Very
that was gonna
close.
go.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean, Hailstrom ulted the Soraka, able to finish her off. No more healing for the Titans, and they were kind of just getting picked off from all sides. They were just taking chip damage from every which way, and Tactic able to swoop in behind enemy lines and clean up. Very well played.
Hailstrom in a team fight, not just for split laning, side laning.
I mean, to be fair, they came after him. That was, I mean, he was teleporting to help his jungler, but I mean, that was a really good turnaround there from a bad situation of a collapsing Titan's Wrath against Keanu there. But it does look like Titans are setting up that Dragon Boo with a good silence to... Okay, so Critter did ult the Zed. Would have liked to see him save his ultimate for the Dragon fight, but...
All 5 battle the Bulg bot side.
Gonna E over the wall, yep. So, I mean, it's 4v5 down bot side right now. KB is splitting top while this is going on. Boomstick is gonna try to look to get into the pit so he can steal. Ulting to the Lux, gonna execute Bulgaria and steal the Dragon. Huge play from Boomstick. So Critter is going to be able to flash. He does not have his ult to get out, so he is going to give out that shutdown. Or no, sorry, he didn't have a shutdown. He had a shutdown before. But KB just able to free farm, and that's a huge Dragon take by Boomstick. They're on Soul Point now, which they honestly had no right of being on Soul Point in that exchange. KB is going to get bit of gold for 600 gold for taking that tower.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Battle of the Bulge do a better job trying to force back instead of collapsing into the pit.
Yeah,
stepping up
they
and
should have.
the vibe.
They should have turned. Yeah, they should have turned for sure there. Boomstick got a really good angle on being able to kill Bulgaria and simultaneously smiting the dragon. So really well played by Boomstick in keeping his team, from getting that soul. Yeah.
Or 300 gold down.
Oh, Skyfox is a little bit caught out here, but he's able to survive. Bulgaria is able to shield him up. Boomstick didn't quite have his ultimate yet from last time. Yeah, I mean the gold is pretty much dead even, but Titan's Wrath do have the dragon advantage by quite a bit. So a lot's going to come down to the next 3 minutes and how these teams can play leading up to the dragon or the Soul Point. Hailstrom waiting for Critter to check that. Going to be trying to walk him down. Hailstrom did go for a lot tankier of a build. Doesn't have a ton of damage that's going to be able to melt through that Malphite. So that is... Okay, Boomstick. Okay, they just catch out Skyfox here. It's really big. They're...
Battle of the Bulge.
Like they are... Yeah, they are going for Baron, so that is going to be... There are not... Critter does have his teleport open. KB does not yet, it looks like. And I believe they're just going to be able to take this Baron unless... Ooh, Boomstick, okay, claimed by Tactic, but how many of them are going to be able to get out? Hailstrom taking for a long time, ultimately dead by Critter. Boomstick, don't think you can win this one against the Kaisa. Boomstick's able to get out. So ultimately, I mean, good read from Battle of the Bulge, able to get that Baron on 3 of their members. Able to trade a kill back with them. KB did get a tower, but not the inhib. Getting ulted on. KB is the ultimate here. Gonna do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, killing one person, killing 2 people. They just walked right into that. That is unlucky. Yeah, you can't.
Thought they had a
Can't.
pick there.
You gotta wait out the allow you out there before we run in. Or have Tactic use his, I think his ult was up for that. Cripplord eating in offensively, getting pillared, flashed away. That was a very dangerous E that Cripplord decided to take there. Not claiming anyone with his ultimate. Ooh, almost got the Q. But now we have Titans Wrath back in the gamer seat. They are pushing their gold lead a little bit higher, taking the jungle camps that they can, and I mean, KB has honestly just been playing super well on this Alawi this game overall, providing a lot of pressure. As we saw Skyfox the last game, missed ult from Critter. Should be able to get out from the blast cone. Should be all right. Dragon is up less than a minute. Boo is not in the right place. Skyfox gonna try to kill her right here. Flashed ult from Boo. We got two ults out of Battle of the Bulge, but yeah, you just can't be there without your team. Even support players love getting vision, but you cannot go in there as a Soraka unwarded with your team.
Lux's ult's already halfway back up.
Yeah, Lux doesn't really have an ult cooldown now, does she?
Nope. Nope.
So really only the Zed ult, but I mean even the Zed ult's halfway back up, so we'll see if Boomstick can have another miracle steal. It looks like they're not even going for the dragon. Looks like they're trying to push mid, but Skyfox will be here to meet them. Does not have the ultimate. Don't know what he was doing there, but I just kind of walked into them and died. Did get the dragon, so we'll delay the soul another 5 minutes. Bulgaria ulting that wave. They're not really going to get anything for killing Skyfox there, but I mean, better than nothing, I guess. Now the next objective up will be Baron in the next minute and a half.
We have a gold check beard.
Yeah, let's see where the gold's at. So a lot,
4K.
huge gold lead in the top lane, 4K. So I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be able to match KB in the side lane here. Decent, almost 1K lead for jungle. You know, 700 for mid lane. Big 2K gold lead for the AD carry, and 1 for the support. So bot lane is in Battle of the Bulge's favor, but definitely KB is going to be a hard Alawi to take down. Going to command at least 2 people in her lane, otherwise I think they're just going to lose some towers.
What's the heel cut situation look like for Battle of the Bulge?
It's not looking good. It's not looking. Don't show any here, but I do show. Jelly has not opted for the hull breaker in this one, which I would have felt like a hull breaker would be pretty good here if he's just going to be mainly split pushing, but has opted for more of a traditional route, maybe in case he wants to go back and team fight, but still will be a menace to kill. Just won't do quite as much damage to turrets as he would with the hull breaker.
I'd really like to see the Chemtech Petrifier right now on Bulgaria, just to kind of make up for some of the team, but make them not have to build it.
Yeah, so we do have 2 in KB's lane, but they are getting engaged on in the mid lane as well. Keanu should be down. Huge true shot barrage with Critter's ultimate. They might just end the game here. KB is able to. Okay, KB did get shut down, so they will have Hailstorm
He wins
and
that fight, and
Skyfox.
it's over.
Yeah, if he won that fight, it was doomed. But he did get their ultimate, so no ultimates here. But probably we'll just get an inhib and then back. Boomstick going way too far forward, getting picked up by Skyfox. Criplord also eating forward, so we're kind of just not doing what we need to do, guys. We're kind of just running into them here. That just went from a good situation into a not so good situation.
Baron to come up in 14 seconds. Not a lot of vision on there, so I expect to see Battle of the Bulge moving for that.
Who DC'd Critter? Oh, I see. Oh, Brain DC, got it.
Hailstrom out here subscribing with the Prime sub.
We love Hailstrom a long time. And Battle of the Bulge is able to take this Baron. Oh, the Ezreal stealing
Real
it.
knife.
Oh, that is really, really unfortunate for Battle of the Bulge getting a huge Alawi ult here in the middle of this fight. Going to be able to wrap up everything else. That should just be a win for Titan's Wrath. Goodness, that was a incredible steal by Crip, as well
But
as
it's
a...
speechless.
Yeah, that was... Goodness, that is just the worst way to lose there. Kiana just unfortunately not able to secure these objectives this match, but was a good game from both sides, very, very close up until the very end, and yeah, that was Titans Wrath without their full lineup is able to take that victory. Man, that was a really good series. Honestly, both well played from both sides. I mean, it was really, really back and forth. Game 1 and 2 were very strong performances from both teams, and Game 3 was honestly the same thing. Really strong performance from both teams. But yeah, I think honestly think player of the series probably should end up going to KB. I mean, even in Game 2 on the Maokai, he was playing super well, and he did play extremely well on that Alawi in that final game there. I think Skyfox
Yeah,
also had a really good series, both on Zed and Irelia. He played really well in both instances.
KB was definitely the steadying force of this last game for sure. Definitely brought the series back.
Yeah, I wonder if he. I wonder. I mean, hopefully he stays in top lane, man. Like that, he's a top laner at heart. I know he's been kind of role swapping around, kind of filling what his team needs, kind of like Bulgaria doing with the support. But yeah, I would love to see him stay up top lane. If I mean, he seemed like really, really comfortable up there, and yeah, I mean, Crippler did well on ADC. Critter was also playing really well mid lane. It just, I mean, it looked like a different team. I assume Pharaoh could play support when his power comes back on. But yeah, I mean that was a very impressive showing by them, especially with like a brand new team.
We do have the MVP poll up.
Yep. So go ahead and vote for your MVP. Who you think should be the MVP for that series on the side of Titan's Wrath. I'm gonna give my vote to KB. I just felt like even in the games even the game they lost, he was just playing amazingly. On the even in both playing into bad matchups. Alawi is a typical bad matchup into Mordekaiser. Maokai not the greatest matchup into Trundle either, but I think he played really, really well. GG's out to Hailstrom. It was a very, very fun series to watch. And yeah, I mean, looking forward to seeing the any games that you streamed. All right, we have a Wild Boo that joined the production chat. You have anything to say, Boo, about
Don't
your
call me out like
victory?
that. And then don't sleep on my man Crip. That Baron steal was goaded.
I didn't sleep on it. I hyped him up. What do you mean?
That's
I
alright.
think that. All right. I mean, yeah. Vote for him. I definitely think I definitely think Kurt played well as well. I think everyone really this series played well. I think there's a lot of good plays from every player. But yeah, any closing thoughts, Blitz or Beard?
Do these guys play again What week is that? We'll circle that one.
I don't think they do.
They might meet in playoffs, possible,
Cool.
but I
It'll definitely
don't
be worth a
know.
watch. They both show a lot of potential here, and
Yeah,
be interesting
they're not in
following
the
them.
same they're not in the same division, so I
Gotcha.
believe that's their only outing for the regular season, but they could meet in playoffs. I think both teams are pretty strong. I think they could both definitely make a playoffs appearance.
I mean, yeah,
So
especially even that game 3, even with KP's performance, that was you know, one coin flip, one razor's thin margin there.
oh yeah,
Game could have
no,
gone
if
either
that I
way, so
mean
that's
yeah, it's
yeah,
possible. I mean, if Crypt doesn't steal the Baron, it's possible that they're able to get the Baron and able to come back a little bit. But yeah, Crypt, I mean, did steal the Baron. They were able to win that last team fight. So yeah,
yeah.
MVP goes to KB Jelly.
yep. I think I mean Crypt did have that really good Baron steal, but I think ultimately KB just like his performance throughout was just very solid, and yeah I would agree with that result. But all right, if there's that's gonna be it for us today. But make sure to tune in to future streams. We might be able to hold one on Sunday, possibly. Hailstrom might be able to stream one. If not, then we might have some VODs streamed over the week this coming week. But hope everyone, if I don't see you or I don't speak to you then, I hope everyone has a great 4th of July, and that about does it from us.
Have a good night, everybody.
Ships on vigor of the waves are skimming.